I would like to welcome Shri Chanchal Kumar, Secretary, Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region Government of India. Please welcome our guest of honor with a round of applause.
Good morning, distinguished technology leaders on the dais, dear friends. Today we stand at a very transformative stage where we are not only talking about the next 25 years of AI in India, but we are trying to find out what would be the relationship of humanity with intelligence itself. As we envision Viksit Bharat 2047, there are certain issues that need to be deliberated upon. We know artificial intelligence is not merely a tool in our developmental arsenal. It is the very foundation, the very notion on which our dreams of a developed, sustainable, and equitable India is to be built. And hence, there are issues that we must deliberate time and again throughout this developmental journey. The question today is not how AI will shape our future, but the question is how we should use AI, we should shape AI to help us serve the highest aspirations of the country. Today, I'd like to, so many people have talked about so many other aspects of AI. You have seen the numbers. As Secretary Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region, I will say something else. All those things have been said. So I'd like to paint a picture of possibility of how we can make Northeast of India the heart of AI revolution in India. Because of its strategic geopolitical location, because of being a reservoir of biodiversity, because of being the gateway to Southeast Asia. In Paris, in Global AI Meet, Prime Minister had said, AI should reflect the diversity of the world and not just powers of a few. So I am representing an area, a region, which is low in various human development indices, various fiscal parameters, but has one of the largest talent pool in terms of percentage and the potential to become the center of AI revolution in India. So let me paint that picture. First is the AI infrastructure that we are talking about in future. It has to be a green infrastructure. And what other place in India than Northeast to lead the revolution in AI green infrastructure? We know that AI infrastructure requires high energy. And with Northeast, where the renewable energy is very much available, it has optimal climatic conditions, good talent pool, and strategic geographical location. It is one of the places which can be best suited for being the center of AI revolution in India. For example, consider this. Arunachal Pradesh has a hydroelectric potential of 57,000 megawatt. And by a rough estimate, it is estimated that this is sufficient to cater to the needs of AI needs of one continent. If that be so, when we combine this with the cool climatic conditions of Northeast, the energy requirement will be less than 30-40% than the normal data center location in the country. Then we have a perfect place where we can create AI infrastructure, and we can call it Himalayan Intelligence Centers. And these are not just AI centers, these are our temples of sustainable growth, where every computation serves humanity without harming our planet. You know that Northeast has less than 4% of the population, less than 8% of the area, but more than 65% of the area is designated as forest area. So it's more than 65% is green area. If that be so, then this is one of the perfect situation in which we can talk about a very new concept. We always talk about carbon positive projects. Can we think of carbon negative AI infrastructure, whereby the amount of carbon it produces is more than the one that it saves? We can easily have that infrastructure in Northeast, which will transform this into from a AI climate problem to a AI solution, a climate solution. This approach creates a new paradigm where computational power and environment restoration works hand in hand. Local communities become essential stakeholders. With green AI revolution, we can have programs which will encourage our biodiversity measures, conservation, sustainability, and also maintain the AI infrastructure. We will not be building data centers, we are cultivating a new form of digital ecology. Now let me talk about one of the aspects of artificial intelligence. Normally it is a deductive logic algorithm which we talk about. I'll be talking about causal AI. This is one of the most profound application of AI in today's world. When we envision Viksit Bharat 2047, there are many needs of many sectoral requirements where AI can be applied. We can use it. Let us talk about the health sector. Now, this transformation of healthcare through artificial intelligence is very much required, but traditional AI systems, with all their impressive capabilities, they are functioning mostly as sophisticated pattern recognition engines. They can tell us what happened, but they will struggle to explain why it happened and how it will change if we intervene. And this is something which brings us to the application of causal AI. In causal AI, we have a different approach. So the distinction between correlation and causation has to be appreciated. It literally means the difference between life and death. For example, if there is an operation, a surgery has to be done. Somebody will say, okay, because of the data, preponderance of data and the deductive logic, it is the right vein that needs to be cut. But I don't know why. I am giving you a input, this has to be done. Whereas in causal AI, it will tell you why it is to be done and what will happen if you don't do this, if you do something else. So it also predicts the precise mechanistic path which healthcare algorithm should take. We know how factor A affects suspected disease B, but in what ways it operates, all those details can be known only when we go for the causal AI. And this causal AI will not only transform from, will not only help us, but it will transform art of educated guessing to a very precise scientific intervention. And this is the need of the day. In some critical sectors, this is how we have to approach. The Northeast unique biodiversity provides for a very unique situation with more than 200 tribal societies, communities, each with a distinct profile, modern and traditional healing practices. If we train our AI model based on that, then we are using the rich library of these human biological labs, and thereby we are training our AI system to understand how the treatment works, how it will not work, and how our small intervention will change the whole healthcare scenario. This will also help us in having a specialized treatment for different people with different background, with different conditions. As we embrace the AI infrastructure, AI-powered future, we must also know the limitations of AI paradigm. As I said, most of them are learners, more of them are inductive learners. We should see how we can train it and we can bridge the deduction gap. This deduction gap is what I talked about. From data, you can learn the pattern, you can predict something. But unless and until you know why you have arrived at the answer which you have arrived at, and how this answer will change if you make slight change in the base condition, unless and until those causal approaches are known, are thrown by the AI model, this will be a difficult problem, particularly in special sectors like healthcare, emergency response system, infrastructure management, where you need to know the path also, you need to know the exact mechanism through which your model is operating. And this limitation has profound implication for ethics and trust and accountability also. When life hang in balance, we cannot say because AI has said so, so we should operate in this particular manner on this patient. We have to be very, very sure about why we are using AI in an operation and how it is going to benefit the patient. The preponderance of data will not suffice. The solution lies in a concept called glass box AI. So it is a transparent system. When you give it some input, we give it some data, you train it, you also know how it is learning. And then it will be transparent, it will be compliance of all the formulas that you have given, it will be better for accountability. In this context of medical AI, this means building systems that can trace their diagnostic reasoning through explicit causal models, showing not just what they conclude, but when they conclude, why they conclude so, under what circumstances these conclusions might change. These systems should maintain estimates and achieve its optimality by seeking additional information as and when they think that the confidence level is below a threshold. So this is the model that we should aim for in critical areas. And the Northeast institutions, as I said, with their unique combination of modern research capabilities and deep traditional knowledge system, we should train our model in such a way that it takes care of the needs of the society, it works in a very democratic manner, it learns and it learns it in a causal AI manner. We have talked about the fact that Northeast has a great potential for establishing AI infrastructure. We can think of having AI institutes, research institutes in all states of Northeast, each with its a specific advantage because different states have different advantages. Tripura can become a AI specialized application developer in agriculture and food security because of its agriculture practices. Arunachal Pradesh can lead AI for cultural preservation and linguistic diversity. Nagaland could pioneer AI application in sustainable development and community participation and governance. So these institutes must be more than academic centers. They must be living laboratories where researchers, students, entrepreneurs, local communities, they can collaborate to find solution to real world problem. These traditional Northeast values of community cooperation and their consensus building will provide a natural framework for developing AI systems that are ethical, inclusive, and responsive to human needs. And as we know, AI will have a massive economic transformation impact. That part is there. Each AI facility will create infrastructure which is to be maintained. It will create demand for specialized construction, ongoing maintenance, security services, and support infrastructure. Local educational institutions must expand their technical programs to cater to the demand of this. They can create new pathways and economic mobility. As we work towards Viksit Bharat 2047, we must recognize that AI development of our country is a very strategic decision. It will influence the global approach to artificial intelligence. Throughout the world, people are looking at developing countries, seeing how they are developing their AI infrastructure. They are watching us whether we will remain dependent on these countries who have developed their own AI model based on their own cultural ethical framework, or we will develop our own. As Atmanirbhar Bharat, we should have our own AI model based on a specific condition that obtains in our country. Our people, our solution, our infrastructure, but this should be generic enough so that other countries can also adopt this. As I said, some of the most important uses of AI is in There are many sectors where traditional AI system will work, but in some critical areas, it is causal AI which needs to be developed, and that solution will be the most sustainable solution. In medicine, as I said, our capacity is there. We have been using it. There have been solutions developed by different institutes of the country where, for example, we are talking to IIT Guwahati, AIMS Guwahati, and trying to find a causal AI model which can use MRIs and other diagnostic figures and predict cardiovascular disease. And this will be a causal AI approach, because then the doctors can be in a better position to see how and when to intervene and what specific treatment to give. We know there are other challenges in AI development. So the journey to Viksit Bharat through AI-powered development will not be without challenges. There are challenges which we have to navigate through. These are questions about data privacy, as has been mentioned by other speakers in the past, algorithmic bias, employment displacement. This is very important. I was talking to some of the industry leaders, and they are all concerned that yes, this will help us in our compute power, in optimal decision making, but then with 140 crores of population, we have to find a way. There has to be a alternative development model in which people who get displaced by the adoption of AI, they are finding meaningful relocation opportunities. So that employment opportunity also has to be there. These challenges are real and significant, and we have to find a solution. And we know that these are not insurmountable problems. We can have models in which all these concerns can be tackled. The key in approaching AI development is that it is a human endeavor. It is a human approach. AI is not done by machine. It is we who make the machines learn these things. We should know that technology serves people, not the other way around. So we have to see that this AI is beneficial to us, is suited to our needs, our requirement, and that is the challenge which you must face. As we build our AI capabilities, we must ensure that the benefits of AI are widely shared. This is democratic. Local communities have a meaningful voice in this. All systems are developed and deployed, and our technological advancements should strengthen our social bonding, our cultural and traditional knowledge. This requires new form of governance and public participation in technological development. And we know that in order to democratize the AI practices, we need not only AI specialists, but it should be part of our ethos, thereby meaning that from early on in the classes, it should be part of our course curriculum so that we get sensitized to this and we develop our solutions accordingly. If you see, what do you see in 2047? I see medical AI systems that combine the precision of modern science with the holistic wisdom of traditional healing that obtains in Northeast, delivering personalized care to each and every citizen as per their location, not as per their location or economic status, but as per their exact requirement. I can see farmers in remote villages of Arunachal Pradesh and Meghalaya using AI tools that understands its local conditions, doubling yields while preserving their health. I see students accessing AI tutors that speak the native language and understand their cultural context, unlocking human potential to an unprecedented scale. The Northeast journey to become AI capital can be a distinct possibility if we take that AI hub is more than a regional development strategy. From Northeast, we can develop for the country. It is an option that we have to choose, and we have to choose it wisely. The seeds of Viksit Bharat in India is already germinating. Our task now is to nurture them with care, wisdom, and determination that this moment in the history demands. It is something where our task today is to have a very, very acceptable solution. When I say acceptable, it means seeing the nuances of the past, learning from the history, and seeing the specific conditions of our country. We have to find a solution that is sustainable and equitable. The future is not something that happens to us, it is something that we make it happen for us. We create the future, and here, when we say causal AI, responsible AI, so that every decision which we make, every line of code that we write, it aims to achieve the same purpose. I thank the organizer for giving us this opportunity for sharing our views. Many things are to be done, which we know. Institutional mechanism has to be there. Data privacy and concerns are to be there. There has to be a regulator. We have to have capacity so that we can use the manpower which are already there in our engineering colleges, as was mentioned by AICT. Some of the numbers were new to us. We knew that people are doing AI courses and they are data scientists and AI ML courses, but this number was not known to us. So we know that we are going in the right path, but we have to be very, very conscious of the fact that unless and until all of us collaborate, whether it is private sector or government, it's a whole of government approach, whole of society approach. Unless that is there, it will leave pain points for part of the population. So our concern should be, our efforts should be that this transformation is least painful for all of us, the entire society of the country, and that we become the leaders so that we can guide other nations also to take this sustainable and equitable path. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir, for highlighting in front of us the opportunities presented by the Northeast region in the development of AI innovation for a Viksit Bharat. And again, putting it forward, the need for collaboration. We should not forget that the collaboration is the need of the hour.